So if I go on to YouTube now, are people posting in let me see. I have another screen. So we can answer their questions as they're posting?
We have a whole chat.
Oh, okay. So if I go on to YouTube now, are people posting in let me see. I have another screen. So we can answer their questions as they're posting?
Alrighty. So welcome back everybody in YouTube. You guys tell me hello in the chat so I can see you. Okay, good. Hey Dolly, hey.
Yeah, just join the call.
Good stuff. Are you guys, tell me in the chat, YouTube, are y'all seeing all of us up here? Hello, hello. All right, good.
Yeah, I think it's allowing Terry, you and Nina to be shown.
Okay, so let me do this. It might be just because it is showing the host. So let me make you a host, Chris. And then do I need to make Eddie, Liz, Stefan, everybody on here host?
Yes.
All righty. That way you guys can be seen.
Yes, just cannot start your video because host has stopped it.
Okay. How about now? Check it out. See if it'll, there we go.
There you go.
Look at you guys. Hey, everybody. I love it. All right, Kristen, here we go. Making you co-host as well. Hey. All right. So it's like 1 minute before 6. So I'm gonna give people a few more minutes to jump on here. Those that are here in the Zoom, I'd love to see in the chat. I see lots of people already saying hello, hello. But if there's any questions that y'all want to make sure we answer today from the VIP students, let us know. And this open house, like the point of it is to give you a sneak peek into the VIP program. So especially for all those that are already in trade and travel and you're wondering like, what does it mean to upgrade? Like, why would I upgrade? Should I upgrade to the full VIP program? And then just like you're gonna hear the stories of students. So for anyone who's like not even in trade and travel and you just want to sneak peek inside, you're like, who is in here? Is it real? What are we doing? Is Terry real? You'll get to see like everything today. And at the end of it, which is really cool, here, Kelsey, hold on, I'm gonna mute our co-host as well. And everybody mute yourself, please. At the end of today, we're also going to reveal a really special code so that you'll have a Black Friday sale coming your way. So make sure to stay till the end so that you can get that as well. All right. Someone said there are 2 Ninas. Yes. Kelsey, you can click the 3 dots and change your name. And I'm going to also do I'm hearing background noise. Let's see. Someone said they don't see mute button. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. All right. Nina, you want to start now or you want to give people a few minutes to get started?
Let's give maybe an extra 5, an extra 5 minutes so more people can log on. Because if they miss anything, they're gonna be mad.
That's true, very true. I guess in the meantime, then don't forget, guys, in the chat, put in the questions that like you're like burning to know. If you had a chance to talk to somebody who was in trade and travel in the VIP program, what would you ask? What would you want to know? And that's both for here and on YouTube. And let me check on YouTube how many of you guys we have there. Hey guys, hey. Nice. We have over 259 people watching. Guys, if there's somebody who you think would benefit from this conversation, please send them a text message now and tell them to join. And then for people in the YouTube, if y'all don't mind, give it a thumbs up. That way also people will know that this is even going on, because they might not even know that we're live tonight. So that will be good for them too. Thank you, Carla. Carla said, hey, Terry. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all, this woman is the real deal, a true godsend. Take her course. Love you, Terry. Oh, I love you too. That's awesome. Yes. And yes, to me, I get impersonated all of the time. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for doing the thumbs up. I'm seeing you here in YouTube. Appreciate it. Love it. And thank you, Toby. Toby said, love you, Terry, 100%. All right, perfect. Do y'all want to, Nina, do y'all want to do introductions while we wait for people to join?
Yeah, we can. Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm Nina. I've been with I invest with Terry for 2 years now, and I am currently the coach for Trade and Travel. So those of y'all see me every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8, but y'all keep me late, so sometimes I stay till 9. But I'm here to help, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited that y'all are here, so y'all can upgrade to VIP. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
All right, how are we doing out there, everybody? I'm Chris Calvin. I've been with Trade and Travel. This is now coming up on almost my 2-year almost. I am a part of the VIP staff. I am one of the VIP coaches. I teach every Tuesday evening, and then I also do offer a one-on-one coaching service for the VIP members. So I'm excited to see everyone here. Yeah.
I guess I could go next here. Having trouble with my video, but I'm working on it. I am Eddie, and I lead the VIP study group on Saturdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Runs about 2 hours, and happy to assist students as well, even outside of that. So, welcome aboard.
I'll go. My name is Kelsey. I am a VIP student, and I've been actively trading since July. And I believe I bought the course in February or March.
Hello, everyone. I'm Stephen Dolphin. I'm coming straight out of California. My wife and I, we're pretty much very new to the Trade and Travel family. We've joined roughly around the August timeframe, and a month with NEMA, we actually got fired up and started moving forward with the VIP program, and it's been amazing. And we'll talk more about what led us to this amazing opportunity to actually share how we can fish for ourselves and what God has put in our life to make this thing pop.
All right, I guess I'll go next. Hi, guys, I'm Kristen. I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been in Trade and Travel since July of 2020. I joined the first part of Trade and Travel, and then I branched over to VIP March of 2021 this year. So I'm just excited to be here. Hopefully, I can share some knowledge, drop some gems for you guys, and encourage you guys to go ahead and join the program or just bridge on over to VIP.
Hi, everybody. I am your cousin, Miss Liz from sunny California. And I joined IWT in March of this year and upgraded on Terry's birthday in June. And I am loving this journey. So jump on in. VIP is where it's at, y'all. So jump in.
I love it. Was that everybody? I think that's everybody, right?
I think so, yes.
Nice. Well, how about this? I'm going to do a quick little overview of what's included in the VIP course so that you guys can see the inside of it. And I'll also show you all the thing with Chris too. I know I saw some people in the chat like, wait, what's that? What? So I'll show you guys that. And then I'm going to turn it over to all of you all because I can't wait to hear your stories. Like we did this last year and I was just smiling the whole time because it's just cool to see that like something you've done has actually impacted people's lives, and like hearing your stories and what you've done with the course and all that is just really cool. So yeah, so I'm going to do this fast and then I'll shut up and let y'all take over. Sound good? And Nina and Chris are in charge, so they're telling me what to do. We good? Nina and Chris, y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
The numbers are piling in on Zoom and YouTube. So if you haven't shared what we're doing right now, go ahead and share.
Yay.
We might hit our 1,000 on the participants.
That'll work though, because on YouTube, there's no limit. So our YouTube channel, just in case anybody like gets locked out of here, is Trade and Travel. So it's youtube.com/trade and travel, all spelled out. And then you can get there just fine. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And that's YouTube. So this is the inside of the VIP course. And the first 4 weeks is the same as the Trade and Travel program. So you first come into, like, these are just the getting started pieces. Like you come in, you watch new student orientation, you check out our calendar. We also have a success checklist that is, and for all of those people who are in the course now, I'm going over this like you've never seen it before. So we're just like showing you everything from scratch. So then there's a checklist and a roadmap. This checklist shows you all of the items that are in the whole course and allows you to just check it off as you're going through. Then we have a Facebook group. The cool thing though is as a VIP member, you get access to both the regular Trade and Travel Facebook group and a private one for VIP. So there's a new one. You open a brokerage account and then we get started, okay? First week is all about what is the stock market, how do you pick good companies, and you'll see these things right here show that these are videos. So our classes are video based. You don't have to think like, oh, is this just going to be me reading a lot of worksheets? No, it actually is.
This is one of my favorite girls.
A video, and it's a mix of me talking and slides as well. So it's interactive. Okay. We also have some different worksheets and different ones of them. This looks like just a notebook, like, you know, copy of what's going on in the video, but this actually is for hearing impaired. So one thing that's different from our 4-week Trade and Travel program to our VIP is our VIP has closed captioning. So on any of these videos, for anyone who is having a hard time hearing, you can press this CC and turn it on. And you see how now the words come up? That's what this is down here. So if you have any friends that are hard of hearing, or maybe like they just are even kind of visually impaired sometimes and they need help like reading the words, that's available in VIP. So that's something that is there as well. Then you keep going. Let me go back to the bigger school. So you keep going. Each of our courses also has group coaching calls that are in addition to the curriculum. And then we also have a quiz to make sure that you've understood the curriculum. We've been talking about like what Trade and Travel 2.0 will look like. So this might be even increased with the quizzes getting even more in depth, but they're there. And then each one also has, well, many of them have some bonuses as well, whether that's a worksheet that maybe a student created or another video from me. So that's what each week looks like. So when we say that the VIP program is 8 weeks of curriculum, it'll look something like this. Like this is class 1, but there's 8 of these, okay? This bonus section is actually just how to actually take a trade. Some of you guys on YouTube before this call, you asked me, like, Terry, when will you start actually trading? Your homework in week 1 is to take some trades And this section is just a bonus of like, well, how do you do that? And it's actual videos of placing the trade either on the web or the phone so that you can actually do it. Then we go into risk management. This is week 2, same type of thing. You have a message from me, then you go into the curriculum, and then you have quizzes. This is the message from me part. So like you have a little video, you'll have your assignments, and then you do have some support. So this here, I guess I shouldn't be showing that on YouTube, but that link is like the support with Nina on Wednesdays. And then you can keep going, right? So now let me go down. So you get risk management in week 2. Week 3, this is where we start learning technical analysis. Someone on YouTube asked before the call, Terry, do you teach how to pick your entry point and your exit point? I do. That comes up here in this technical analysis section. And one thing that we did get feedback on is people like shorter videos. So you'll see some of these are short, like 4 or 5 minutes, but then others do take a bit more time. Like the recap is 20 minutes. So we go into depth here with how to learn how to like read charts and get your entry and exits. But this is one of the most important parts of the whole course. You still have coaching calls, and then actually you see me practice charting so that you can practice along with me. You have your quiz, and then the $1,000 in a day club requirements. As I said, over 2,500 of our students have hit the $1,000 in a day club, where they have realized profit of at least $1,000 on a trade or a set of trades in a day. Then we put it all together. Then this is where you upgrade to VIP. So after week 4, you come to the VIP program, and this is where you actually can upgrade. And I'll show you like what you get in that part. So the next thing that you're learning, and again, I probably shouldn't be showing you all these links. We're gonna have to change all that after the open house. But like this is the calendar of what happened for VIP in November. So we had new student orientation, and we actually had a 5-day challenge, which was pretty cool. And that was for all of the like first people into trade and travel. And then you see that VIP has study groups on Saturday. And Eddie, you said Sunday, but Saturday is when you're doing your study groups, right?
Yeah, that's right. Saturdays. Did I say Sunday? I actually meant Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So,
I might have bespoken on that one.
no problem. And I might have heard it wrong too. I was walking by, but Saturday, so this is where Eddie does his study groups. And then you'll see on Tuesday, there's a VIP office hours. This is when Chris Calvin teaches. And you'll see each one of the coaching has a different topic. So like the first week we're covering shorting, then we go to gaps and globex, then we go to options. This is Thanksgiving, so we're not doing any calls this week. Exclamation point, make sure you're paying attention. Excuse me. For students, we're not doing calls this week because it's Thanksgiving, in case you didn't know. But each week we'll do Tuesdays and then Wednesday and then Saturday. These Wednesdays also have topics with them. So the first one is intro to the stocks. It goes along with the course, the weeks of the course. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. These Wednesdays are with Nina. And then, as I said, these Saturdays are with Eddie. All right. In December, it'll look a little different, but most likely we'll still do like a new student orientation. And then in December, I actually am thinking about doing a challenge with the VIP students. So in November, we did a 5-day challenge to take your first trade with Trade and Travel. I'd like to do, maybe it might be a little shorter, maybe just 3 days, but a challenge with VIPs to take your first options trade. So that'll be coming up in December, and you'll see that in the calendar. It's going to be the very beginning of December, though, because I said I'm going to be on vacation, but I really want to see you guys win. So that's coming up in December. All right, let's go back. So those are additional coaching calls that you get. And then just showing you in terms of what will you learn. So in addition to learning my trading plan, then we go into what is short selling. So shorting is making money on the way down. Gaps in Globex is how do you take advantage of when there is a gap in a trade? That means like, what if the stock price all of a sudden jumps? One of my favorite trades recently, and someone alluded to it on the YouTube chat before we started, was Amazon. Last quarter, Amazon had a huge drop down, and they had dropped down significantly. Like they went from being $3,700 all the way down to about $3,300. There was this huge gap in the chart. Recently, just last week, we filled the gap. But how could you have taken advantage of that? Like, how could you have known it was going to happen? That's what we cover here in Gaps and Globex trading. Amazon is one of the stocks that I did make my $1 million in a day with. So like I did it looking at gaps, which is part of the curriculum. And then we go into class 7 and 8, which is, and these are together, but you can see it's a lot. This is where we learn how to trade options, which is 100 shares at a time. And we cover different ways of trading options. So it's not just regular calls and puts. So we do learn that, but then also we talk about, well, what about verticals and selling options? So we cover that as well in the options curriculum. So let me stop sharing for a second. So any questions so far on the actual curriculum? And if y'all don't mind helping me look at the chat real quick. So one of the bonuses of being in VIP is you get additional curriculum, which is shorting, gaps, Globex, and options. Another one is you get live coaching. So you get those Tuesday coaching calls and Saturday study groups live. Everybody on the same page? I just wanted to recap that with some of the additional bonuses of VIP. Okay, good. I'm seeing yes, excellent, thumbs up, good. Okay, this is a good question. So it went by fast, but someone just asked, what's the best place to start for new people, for beginners? Honestly, everybody, even if you purchase the VIP, you're going to start with trade and travel first, the first 4 weeks. So you can start with the first 4, which is trade and travel, and then upgrade later to VIP. Or I suggest at the end of this, we're going to give a discount code and you're going to get money off of VIP. You get a bigger discount if you do VIP first. So just a thought there, but either way is fine. Okay. Yes. All right. Last thing that is a really big differentiator for VIP is something that we started that's new. And that is we started one-on-one coaching for VIP students. We found that that is something that was helpful. And let me just show you what that looks like. So this coaching is actually run by Chris Calvin right now. And it is, so you come down, look at Chris. It's like beautiful bio is there. And then we get a little information before your sessions. And then here's a testimonial of a student who actually did some of Chris's coaching. And look at this great return. So one, they hit $1,000 in a day. But the coolest part about it is look at how much they had in their account when they hit this amount. So let's actually see if we can see here. Beginning of the day, the account was worth $12,000. They realized some profit and now the account is worth $13,000. This is almost, what is that, guys? Almost like 20% return, 20 to 25% return on their account size. Like that's a pretty huge return in a day. And that was facilitated by being a part of additional coaching. So this is only available right now to VIP students, but you can sign up to get one-on-one session, or you could even do a subscription and do one call a month. But a lot of times, like as traders, you have a good idea, you're starting to get it, but maybe you just need just a little bit more help, or you need someone to kind of look at you while you do your charting. Now, Chris is not, like everything we do is just for educational purposes. So Chris is not able to tell you what to do on a trade that you're in right now. He is not going to, give you advice on your specific account, but he can look at how you're charting and look at your overall practices because we are not financial advisors. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there. But this is a really cool new feature that we've implemented. And Chris, do you want to speak to this? How is it going? Actually, Chris and Kelsey might want to speak to this because I know, Kelsey, you've done one-on-one coaching too.
Yeah, Terry, we've been killing it. It's been so cool just to see the growth from, month to month, call to call, from some folks that just, like you said, just need a little guidance or some charting questions that they need answered. And honestly, just putting the puzzle pieces together. But we've been crushing it. A lot of happy students. And the one biggest thing that we've been tying up the loose ends on is having a trading plan. So that's been a bulk of what we discuss on the trading calls, how to develop a really sound trading plan. And I have a coach. I'm a coach, so that's my background for 11 years. So I hold everyone accountable, and I give them a game plan on how to execute. And we've been going out there and doing just that. So yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Kelsey, did you want to chime in? And then I'm gonna turn it over because I know y'all like, Terry, you were not supposed to be running this call, but y'all know it's habit.
Yeah, I know we'll talk about a lot of it later, but one thing that's beneficial there are many things that are beneficial about the one-on-one coaching, but one thing is that anyone who is doing this curriculum, that you take copious notes. There are so many details because we aren't just learning how to trade, we are learning a new trade. It's a new language. It's a new world. And so while you're taking all of these notes from all of the different parts of the curriculum, and you have notes from all of the different coaching calls, there are all these details. And when it's time to execute, you wonder, wait, where did I write that? I know I've heard this before. And so one thing, when you're talking to Chris and you're talking about more specific strategies, or this is what I'm trying to do right now, and he begins to remind you about what you may have heard at some point, you're not sifting through, looking through a haystack, looking for a needle. And he's just telling you and able to help you execute in a really systematic and organized fashion. And you aren't just feeling overwhelmed by, at least me, I had copious notes. So you aren't just feeling overwhelmed by all of the detail, but he's really, really holding your hand and, well, this is when you apply this. No, not there, right here. So it's just really helpful, really, really helpful.
That's so good. That's so good. Well, guys, I said that I would not run this. I would bow out and listen. So is there any other questions y'all have for me before I be quiet? And I'm actually asking people on the stage, anything else you guys think I should cover before I turn it over? I see somebody on here just said they have to leave early. So I will say, yes, we are running a Black Friday sale, and I'm going to go ahead and put it here in the chat for you guys. So as everyone continues to talk, you'll even have it and be able to get in fast. Yes, Chris's coaching call spaces will run out at some point. So it is good to try to get yours in now so that you can reserve your spot. So the code is, drum roll. Okay, the code is FRIYAY 2021. So Friday 2021. And you guys can use that both for upgrading, and you can use it for, the cool thing is all plans will take this. And what it does, thank you, Nikita, it takes $250 off of trade and travel and the upgrade, and it takes $500 off of VIP if you're signing up right away. So huge discount. We never do discounts, so I'm excited. So here it is. Oh, am I on mute? No, okay, I'm fine. Y'all heard me. So we're doing Black Friday. Promo code is Friday 2021. You're welcome, guys. Okay, y'all keep going. I can't wait to hear your stories. Yay, okay, good. And somebody said, can Chris, do you only get Chris's help in VIP? The answer is yes. He only does the one-on-ones for VIP students, so you have to be a VIP. And yes, Levita, that code works on the upgrade as well. So you guys can use that code. I'll put the upgrade link here in the chat while everybody is going, so it's easy to reach as well. All right, take it away, Nina.
All right, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Liz. Miss Liz.
Yes, hello. I had a suggestion, and this is what I did, and I think it'd be beneficial for others. I went ahead and took advantage of the discount for your birthday, but I didn't jump right into VIP. I saved it until I got to that point. So I finished out trade and travel, and then I had VIP there that I had gotten and was able to, enjoy that without thinking, oh gosh, where's the money? How am I going to do it? So I would take advantage of the Black Friday code and save it for when you're ready.
That's so good. Good idea. Miss Liz, my mom is over here. She's like, good idea.
Hi, Miss Barbara. Love you.
All right, here you go. I'll let you have it now, Nana. Take it away.
All right. So I am back. Thank you, Terry, for going through the curriculum, because a lot of people are curious, but they don't actually know what's involved. Because when you say shorting, gaps, glowbacks, options, verticals, they don't know what it is, but we know what it is, and it's worth it. Okay, so for those of y'all who came last year, Chris was our star student. So now we pass the mic and the baton to the star student. And what he's going to do is kind of tell his story on his 6,000% gain plus some. You can update the people who've been following you. And then we'll go to the rising stars, and Chris will moderate and ask them about their journey. And then we'll answer some of your questions. I'm in the chat answering questions, but we'll answer your questions after everybody's gone from the panel. All right, take it away, Chris.
All right, awesome. It's amazing how time flies. But good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Chris Calvin. I joined in August of 2020 during the middle of our pandemic. I found myself hearing Terry on a podcast, and I was blown away. At that point, 2 weeks later, I resigned. I told my supervisor that I literally would rather invest in Amazon than work for Amazon. I still have my checks sitting up on my wall, motivating me every day. And I've been running ever since. I see a lot of the questions in the chat. How much do you need to start your account with? I started with $500. And I grew my account pretty fast. In the 8 months time span, I grew from $500 to $34,000, which I didn't really realize because it was growing so fast. But I also try to tell folks that we were recovering from a market crash. So it was relatively not easy, but I found a really good system, which I learned from Terry, and I just kept rinsing, washing, and reprocess. At one point, I was bringing in $1,500 a week, and found myself very successful. By the time I looked up, I was like, oh my gosh. Now it's a little bit tougher, but I'm able to identify the zones that we learn about in the curriculum. And my account, I'm about 170% ahead of my year-end goal. So I'm excited about that. Been crushing it. I love the environment that Terry has created. The community's been awesome. And now, as Nina said, I want to showcase some of the students, my peers, my trade cousins that I've seen and I felt would really resonate with everyone out there that may have questions on how to get started. Is this for them? Can they do it? I feel as though each person today that we have that's going to speak is going to be able to resonate with you in some form or another. And the first person I would like to bring to the stage is Kristen. So Kristen, the reason why I wanted you to come to the stage today and share with the folks is because you actually upgraded from trade and travel to VIP. And I remember distinctly how as soon as you upgraded, your first post in the Facebook group was that you were motivated to learn the different strategies. So whether that was shorting, gaps, and options, I'm a firm believer in writing down your vision and your goals. So you had put that in the Facebook group. And I want to say about 3 weeks later, you were posting about how you made how you made profit in an options trade. So if you can just share your experience, how the growth of your trading has grown since you've joined and upgraded from trade and travel, go ahead and share that with the folks and, just share your journey.
All right. Wow. That's awesome. I'm glad to be here, guys. Thank you for inviting me on stage just to, share my experience with the people who may be interested in trade and travel. So yeah, Chris, I joined Trade and Travel July of 2020. I got into the course, just head first, just studying, just trying to get familiar with the entire IWT strategy. And my main thing was just to, okay, let me get acquainted with the strategy, let me put it into practice, and then put my real money on the line. So I kind of stayed in the first part longer than I should, because I was kind of curious on, jumping over to VIP, but I was like, oh, let me just make sure that, this is real and it works. And, long story short, it does work, guys. Like, this is no scam, no gimmick. The IWT strategy does work. If you follow the complete plan, you can be a successful, profitable trader. So after, going through the trade and travel course, I think I stayed in it for about 8 months. I felt like that I needed a challenge. I felt that, I was getting the buyers and sellers zone. I was making, profits here and there. My account balance, it was kind of small, so I really couldn't trade as much, but I was still happy to see profits come in. So I was like, okay, I'm getting this down. Let me go ahead and try to, increase my profit. So I came to the open house last year that you guys hosted, and I heard your story. I heard Raina's story. I think his name is Emil. And I was just fascinated. I was like, oh my God, Terry is talking about options, how to leverage your money, just starting with less and running. And I was just like, this is where I need to be. So shortly after that, I just upgraded, and I just, studied the course, got up in there, put things to practice, just learned everything. And here I am now, just being successful. So like I said, guys, if you're on the fence thinking, oh, should I join VIP? Yes, you should. If you've been questioning yourself, just thinking about it, contemplating, after you hear everyone on this panel story, hopefully you guys do bridge on over to VIP, because it's truly a blessing to be here. So I thank you guys for having me, and I appreciate that.
Awesome, Kristen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And like, I really do spend a lot of time in the Facebook group, just checking in on everyone. So I always love when you come in and you say you executed a trade, because everyone follows different stocks. So every time Kristen comes in and says, hey, I closed out today's profit on this, I'll check out what she traded. I said, man, that's some great execution right there. So I see you doing work. So this would actually be a nice segue in regards to how Kristen mentioned putting it to practice, because the next person I want to bring to the stage, she's been killing it. I want to call her the gapologist. You'll find her in the community always talking about how she's trying to short a gap or looking at this gap. And it's really cool to see, because for me, as I, try to help folks in the community, you really want to learn, the characteristics and your strengths as a trader. And it really seems like Ms. Liz, my trade cousin, has really found a really cool strategy that she wants to own and make her own. So Ms. Liz, come on up and tell the folks how your transition from trade and travel to VIP has been.
You make me smile, cousin Chris. I approached this whole thing as a learning process. I didn't jump into it to get rich quick. I knew I had to put time in. So I took it like I was in college, and I'm retired. So it's like, okay, this old brain got to learn new stuff, but it can be done. So when I came into VIP, I wanted to take my time, just like I did in trade and travel. It's like, okay, if I have to read this and go through this 4 times, that's what I'm going to do until I get it. So I had to put in the work to see the results. So when I came to VIP, I just got stuck on gaps and shorting. It's like, people, when are you going to do the options? I'm going to do the options. I'm going to do the options at my pace. So don't let anyone rush you through. Go at your pace. So when I learned that I can make money coming down, they're like, okay, let's see if I could do this. And guess what? I did it. I was so excited. So now people say, well, how do you find gaps? I don't look for them. I just see them. If I go into chart on Sunday, I see gaps. It's like the I see dead people. I see gas. So I am loving this journey. I am loving what I'm getting out of it. And this is how I live. I lost my job during pandemic. So I was forced to retire. So if they call me back and ask me to come, I ain't going. So I am loving the journey, and I can't wait to do one-on-one with you, Chris. As I get into my options, I will be calling you. But I just want everyone to know it is possible. That $1,000 a day is possible, but you got to do the work. I about said amen like I preached a sermon.
I said amen too. I was over here saying amen. People in the chat are saying amen for us.
That's so amazing. And you hit the nail on the head. You've got to do the work, right? You got to do the work. And you've been doing the work. Kristen's been doing the work. And I think, you're already reaping the benefits, but the more that we get into this trading journey, again, you're going to realize your strengths as a trader and the fact that you are doing the work. Again, Miss Liz, the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Awesome. Amen. We having church on YouTube and Zoom. I love it. All right. The next person I would love to bring to the stage. Man, this is such a cool story for me because his wife was actually a coworker of mine. And we were sitting in a morning meeting. At the time I was a teacher. And she's like, why are you always on your phone? And I leaned over and I showed her how much I was making on the trade I was in for Tesla. And she was like, oh my God. About a few weeks later, I went over their house and, we were having dinner and I was explaining to them this newfound journey that I was on with Invest with Terry. So after talking with him, he had shared that he was already into trading stocks and investing in the market and such. But the one thing that he was searching for was a system, right? A set of rules that he could follow and really hone in on that would bring in this consistent income. Well, if you're any person that has goals and has a high achieving family, I don't know. I'll share this. Well, I don't want to spoil this for Stephen, but he is trading for a really cool goal as far as how to bring in active income. So Stephen, I want to bring you to the stage and go ahead and share with the community how Trade and Travel has helped you so far in your journey.
Oh man, Chris hit the nail right on the head. Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Dolphin. Dolphin like Flipper. So you probably see me on the Facebook page as IV Bound LA. There's a reason behind that. I have twin boys that are juniors in college, and they both attend Brown University. As you all know, the Ivy League can be quite expensive, especially you, Terry. I know you know. And one of the things that we've done was we wanted to create a method that we'd be able to allow them to achieve great things in this world without walking away from a college education being buried in debt. So for us, it was how can we accomplish that? We all did the 9-to-5 thing. We work hard, bust our butt, chasing, hours for dollars, that kind of thing, and it doesn't work. The system we designed for us not to work. So for me was, I did the retail trading. A buddy of mine would tell me this is a great stock. So what I do? Go jump in real quick. I don't even know why I jumped in. I just jumped in, and hoping to God that it will go up. I never knew what was going on. So that day that Chris was sitting next to my wife, Michelle, at school, and he showed her that Tesla thing. She came home. She was like, this dude just made money just sitting in a meeting. I'm like, what? What's that about? I said, have him come to the house. I'm the type of guy that all you can tell me is no. I'm Mr. Question Man, right, Eddie? And I joke about that. I call it, I need to understand and learn. I watch the calls a million times. I go through all of the curriculum. Went through it one time. Terry gave us a footprint, the blueprint. Why fight it? We invested in this particular curriculum to learn. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Just go through it. And I'm like you, Liz. I just sat on certain modules a couple of times over and over again until it sunk in. Some people may ask, what do you do for a living? My wife's a teacher. She's the brain of the bunch. She's a science teacher. She teaches chemistry, anatomy and physiology, and intro to biomedical health. So our sons are pre-med majors at Brown. I'm an engineer. I'm a network engineer. I'm a geek. So being on the computer and tinkering with things is fun to me. So I matched that career path being self-taught. So for me, it was find someone smart. Hi, Terry. Jump in their back pocket, hold on for dear life, and rinse and repeat. And when Chris talked to us about that at our home, and I cooked a big old dinner for the dude. I got the bourbon flowing. I got the wine going. I'm like, I'm gonna get this dude loosen up his talking. He started sharing with us. I was like, yo, Chris, how do I get down with something like this? And he showed us this thing, and and I wanted to learn how to fish. I didn't want someone telling me again, buy this stock. And that didn't work for me. I want to know how to pick these stocks. So when he started showing me the candles and the wicks, I'm like, all I see is you're like Neo to me right now, bro. How do I understand what's going on here? He said, you got to get into trade and travel. And that's what we did. We just jumped right into trade and travel, first module. We didn't buy the big VIP program at the time. My goal was get in, learn to make some trades, go long, which is what it's taught, make some profit and reinvest it. That's what we did. I put some money in, and my mentality was, I got to see the big picture. So I put my money in, started trading. About I think it was my second or third week. I'm like, I went live. I got no time to win. I don't recommend whatever, but I went live. I never lost yet. And with the stops, putting in risk management, I've never heard that before. Having a risk management plan in place for you to win. So when I put the risk management in place, I didn't lose. And I was looking at the stuff, and I was bugging and texting Chris, like, I got your cell phone number, bro. You better answer me. And he would respond and say, we jump in these calls, and I've been, rocking with them on Wednesdays, and I'm like listening to charting and nothing but I'm charting over and over again. I'm in the bed, laying in the bed with my cell phone, charting, trying to figure this thing out, watching the things, getting screenshots. I'm like, what do you think about this one, guys? And joining the study groups. And then I joined the Sunday study group. I started charting and charting some more and getting beaten up in the charting scene. I'm like, okay, I don't care. Tell me where I'm wrong. Help me out. Long story short, and I'm brand new to the game. I just got here. I've been in VIP now 3 weeks, I believe it is. And I'm starting to do some options trading inside of the Sims. And I'm tempted to go live, Scared money don't win. So for me, I'm just, I'm joining everything that's available. And that's one thing about being a VIP. I just knew that every time we get on these charting calls and study group calls, everyone keep telling me, I said, it's gotta be more, there's more. I gotta see what this VIP thing's about. So now I started looking at, I gotta understand how to trade options. That's a VIP, that's the long-term goal. I know you can get big, high risk, high reward. So Ivy League college tuition is $76,000 a year each. I have twins. 2. 76 grand each. So for us, it was like, we got to make some big power moves. We have some, 2 high achieving kids who did the work. So how are we as parents? I don't want them leaving in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for an undergrad degree. They want to go to med school. So let's deal with the med school thing on a different level. So we're coaching them on charting. So we're teaching them how to fish, charting, that kind of thing. We told them next year, buddy, I pay for your first 3 years of college. Last year's on you. Now you got a year to figure that out. I want you to get some skin in the game. So those are the kind of things in mentoring that you're gonna achieve by joining the VIP opportunity, because now we know that there's a way you can pay for college and not be locked into college student loans that you hear the rest of America is in. So for us, that's our goal. And so when we found this thing, all I needed was a system. As simple as that. All I needed was a system and someone to point me in the right direction. I'm a former Marine, so you just give me the target to shoot and cut and set me loose. And that's one thing I love about this program. I love that we go to classes every Tuesday with Chris, and Chris will tell you, I'll miss a question, man. I'll ask him questions. I'll keep firing questions left and right. I'm gonna take advantage of every second they have access to us. And on Wednesday, I go to the Wednesday study group calls. I go to this Saturday call with Eddie, where he's going, it reinforces everything Chris is talking about, and it sets me up for the next session with Chris. And then I go to the next class on Sunday with Jamie, Then I touch in on getting the VIP study groups on Monday, because my thing is I got to absorb it all. And we get, and I don't want, and my mentality is don't get stuck on what we call information constipation, when you're still soaking up all this information and never applying it. So I apply it all. And, you know, I love VIP. VIP is where it's at, and that's where the wins are. I'm sorry I get long-winded, but thank you.
No, that's awesome, Steven. So I definitely appreciate your story, because it just really hits home to me, because I know you on a personal level, and just to see your success. And I know when I shared with you early, hey man, you got to consume if you want to be successful, you got to consume yourself in the content, right? Just like everyone's mom used to say, what you put in is what you're going to get out. Mm-hmm. So like Steven's so eloquently stated, he needed a system, right? We are given an amazing system to follow, right? Now it's whether or not we want to be disciplined enough to follow it. That's on us, right? But the system works. It's tried and true. So thanks for that, Steven. All right, the next guest I would like to bring to the stage, one of my favorites, Kelsey. I've had the pleasure of being along her journey with the one-on-one coaching calls. And I get so excited because each time we meet, her questions begin to get more complex. So I know that she's learning, right? And when she first approached the coaching calls, she was, like she said, she had all these notes and didn't know where to start. Then the next coaching call, she's like, all right, I took my first trade. Then the next coaching call, Chris, I made my first $1,000. I was more fired up probably than her when she made $1,000 in a day. So Kelsey, I would love for you to come to the stage and just share how your transition was from first joining Trade and Travel to now seeing consistency with VIP strategies that we've learned, and what it took to get to that level, honestly. Like, what is it really going to take for folks that are interested in joining Trade and Travel, that are interested in upgrading to VIP? Like, what is it going to take? What did it take for you?
There are no shortcuts. First of all, like, you have to be willing to do the work and put the time in. So for me, I felt like I had a bit more pressure because I started with the VIP package. I bought that from the gate. So you have someone who didn't know how to trade, who was looking at the Facebook group for Trade and Travel, and also looking at the Facebook group for VIP. So what does that do to a person? When you're looking at the Facebook group for VIP, you're seeing how much money people are making daily. You're seeing how much money people are making weekly. And it looks very different. Like, VIP is crazy, like, it's next level. So you not only want to learn how to chart well and do proper technical analysis and risk management, because you have to have that foundation. You absolutely have to have that foundation before moving into VIP. Okay. So, but when you start seeing people in double digits in a day, you're sitting here like, okay, wait a minute. Okay. Grace, be patient with yourself. Now, for me in Trade and Travel, it felt passive. And the reason was because we know how to trade, and the strategy is buy low, sell high. So what does that mean? You have to sit and you wait and you wait and you wait for stocks to enter the buy zone. And it just felt passive. I'm watching VIP here. I'm seeing people make, 5 digits in a day. I'm ready. Come on. I want that kind of money. Well, the other thing is, not only does it feel passive for that reason, if you're going to trade that way, you have to have a lot of capital, because you're going to have to be able to buy 100, 200, 300 shares, right? You all know what I mean. So if you don't have that kind of sim account working capital, that's another reason you want to join VIP, because you're able to make a lot more with a lot less capital. Amen. Somebody should say amen right there. Okay. Now, it's nice to have other strategies in the arsenal as well. So I remember when Terry and I were first talking about the course before I even joined, the market was terrible. We were just not in a good state as a nation. And I said, but isn't the market bad right now? And she said, that's the thing. I teach you how to make money during the downturn. And I was like, wait, what? So I'm excited because I didn't know anything about trading during a downward momentum. Like, what do you mean you can make money as the market is falling? What do you mean when everyone else is complaining, we're able to capitalize off of that? But what do you mean when things suck, you can trade verticals? I just didn't know any of this. So it's exciting because once you get to VIP, you learn so many more strategies, and 5 different ways to make money, depending on what the market is doing. So you no longer feel as passive, just waiting for everything to enter a buy zone. Now, one-on-one coaching, in that, Chris, it illuminates the points that we've learned and the observations that you've made. And I don't know, I have to go back to this thing about the notes. You have so many notes, but you have to figure out how to appropriate them. And that's where I struggled. I have a ton of notes, and then I listen to the curriculum again, and the curriculum reflects my notes, and the notes reflect my curriculum. But how do I execute that? Where do I start? What do I do? And that's where, everything kind of comes together, and Chris chops it up into bite-sized pieces. And he just really helps you to appropriate your efforts and fine-tune your movements and interpret your charts correctly. And I'm just still working on that. I say all the time, I wish I could just be a fly on the wall when Terry and Chris are charting. I won't even ask me questions. Just let me watch. I want to see what you see. Chris will start talking about the psychological numbers and advanced formations, and you're like, on. So there's just always more to learn, but you have to be willing to put the time in. Like I'm realizing, and everyone that I listen to, everybody that whose comments I read in VIP, they all say all the hours were worth it. All the sacrifices were worth it. I have multiple businesses. So if anyone didn't have extra time, it was me. But I also realized that every day I procrastinated and every day I didn't make the sacrifice and put the time in, I was literally leaving money on the table. And that got uncomfortable because I have reasons for wanting to make money. So I didn't want to leave money on the table anymore. And so, everything that's great in life, you're just going to have to make the sacrifice for, because like I said before, you aren't just learning to trade. You are learning a new trade. You are learning something that took other people years to learn. And the way the curriculum is written, we're able to execute strategies within weeks and really see a difference. And it's not about getting rich quick. It's about taking the time, making the sacrifice, and learning something. And once you learn it, you know it. That's the beautiful part. You do this work one time, but once you know it, and you know it forever. And the stock market isn't going anywhere.
Amen. Can I get an amen in the chat?
Man.
Amen.
Man.
Hallelujah.
I would have capped that off with a really good point, Kelsey. The fact that, Terry mentions a lot. If you listen to any of her, anytime she's on live, you may catch the fact that she's been trading for 11 years, right? So she's taken a lot of the pitfalls out of the equation for us already, right? So I wouldn't have known about a gap, or first of all, I didn't know what a stock or how to go long or short in the first place, right? But the fact that she's taken a lot of these pitfalls and downfalls and, these uh-ohs and a lot of the losses or how bad these losses could be out of the equation for my journey. When you think about what you're investing in terms of this curriculum and content, it's worth every penny, right? We're learning from someone. They say you're a savant when you execute or learn something or practice a skill for 10 years, a decade. Well, Terry, 11 years, right? So I think it's safe to say we're learning from a savant. I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all. I don't know. But I really will say that the fact that we're learning from someone that has done this repeatedly year after year after year, and we've seen the success, we've seen it work for thousands of people that are in the $1,000 in a day club. You're hearing it from the panelists on stage with you today. We're no different from you if you're listening right now. We're no different, right? Probably the only difference is we were willing to take that risk and invest in ourselves, right? So with that, don't have fear of failure. Have fear of fear. Because if you don't try this, how will you ever know? How will you know? You won't. That's the point. So if you're sitting here today, hopefully one of these panelists has been able to reach out to you in terms of a motivating factor. If you're looking for something to where you want to bring in active income, you found the right place. Whether you're listening on YouTube or Zoom, you're in the right place. You're here for a reason. So I'm definitely grateful for everyone to show up, and I'd like to leave it to Terry or Nia.
Oh wow, Nina, did you wanna jump in? I just wanted to say thank you, everybody. And Eddie didn't. I don't know if Eddie was going to share. Did you have some things to share as well?
Yes, in fact, I wanted to jump in over there right after Chris and say what Chris said is the truth word. So first and foremost, you want to make this intentional. You don't want to make this accidental. You really have to be intentional about it, and that means making the decision now rather than waiting for it to come to you. I think if you just go ahead and say, I want to do this and believe in that, that is the very, very first step. And then understand that you don't know anything, you don't know everything, and you're no different from all of us. We all started somewhere. There's baby steps. We don't jump in and try to make that $1,000 a day or that $1,000 a week. We start with that $1, that $100, that $50. It is something. We just saw an example here of somebody making 20%, and that's huge. When was the last time your savings account paid you 20%? It's a very long time ago. I've never been paid 20% in the savings account. So I'm here to encourage you and say, do it tonight. You'll be happy for it. You are going to look back and say 2021 was the year that I made a decision. It's the right choice. There you go, Kelsey. I love that. Love your story. And some people say they can't hear me. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Fine.
Okay, all right.
And Eddie too, like, will you share your story? Like, how did you get plugged into trade and travel? Like,
Absolutely, absolutely. So I've been trading a very long time, and I believe when I was searching for help, I was looking for somebody to just give to my money to and say, go ahead and take care of it. Just give me the money. Go make the money, make what I lost. I'll pay you half of it. And that's it. That was the attitude I have. Instead, what I found was the teaching. And I warmed up to the fact that nobody would take my money and trade for me. That is a legend. If somebody can take your money and trade for you, I don't know how they would do it. This is not that kind of business. So I found risk management. That's the biggest thing that I found. That yes, you can figure out how to make the money. But if you don't know how to keep it, that's different. And that is what was lacking in my strategy, right? I knew how to make money somehow, accidentally, I should say, without a plan. Instead, what I found was structure, and that's what was missing. So I can safely say that before Terry, I was out earning my stupidity. A rough way to say it, but I was simply doing things, throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. You need structure. You need a plan. The times that have been most successful are the times that I have followed a plan, no matter how simple it is. As simple as knowing when to get into the trade, when to get out, when to cut it, when to realize that this is not working, just get out. And when to be comfortable with a small profit. You don't have to go for the $1 million, right? Is $500 okay? Yes, it is okay. Is $100 okay? Absolutely. So just knowing that and part of your trading plan and having a plan in the first place, that is the beginning. So when I found Terry, and I believe it was on YouTube, and I saw a lot of there were a lot of coaches, there were a lot of programs. At first, just like you, I hesitated paying $5,000. I was like, I need this one thing, just this one thing. Do I need to pay $5,000? And I found that, well, it's not just one thing. I needed the whole thing, the whole trade and travel program. I went through that, graduated real quick, watched those videos just like you guys, 1.5 million times, discovered that I need I need the VIP because it offered leverage and it opened my eyes to the world. And then Terry did an amazing conference in January of, was it this year or last year? That was last year, but that was an awesome conference. I would say every once in a while, Terry pulls some amazing things from her, from her toolbox and just gives it to the students. I was blessed to be a part of it, and I have been blessed by this program. So And also, by the way, since I do lead the VIP Saturday study group, that is something that has been a blessing to me. A lot of the questions I learn too from the questions that the student ask. Having to be able to be one step ahead of the students is a big deal for me. So I am proud, I am honored anytime that a student asks me a question that I'm stumped. I'm like, wow, that I didn't even think about that. But they share stories and they're motivating to me. You would think, why would I give up my Saturdays? I gladly give my Saturdays because this has been one of the things that has helped me in the last few months. Just being able to share, being able to be with students 2 to 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon, talking about something that I absolutely love. So that's my story, and I will continue to preach it and be a part of it. You will find me once you join me. Camp Saturday afternoon. We'll have some fun.
I love it. I love it. Oh man. And shout out, y'all. Shout out to Jamie as well. This is a VIP open house, but I wanted to shout out to her, Jamie Harris. She leads a wonderful charting study group for the trade and travel students on Sunday. So I see a lot of you guys talking about the Sunday groups. So yes, we do want to shout her out. This one was for VIPs. That's why you might not see her here today. But yes, Eddie runs the study group on Saturdays for VIPs, and there's another one for Sundays. So yes, and I do thank you so much, Eddie, by the way. That was phenomenal. Nina, I would like to hear your story as well, because you're doing some big things over there in Mexico.
Yes. Okay, so I did trade and travel, and I was in trade and travel for about 10 months. And Terry kept saying, you need to learn options. And I was like, my head hurts. So I can't. And so finally I dug into options. So it took me a while to get to VIP. I learned charting. I studied the charts because it was hurting my head. I could not get the charting. So those y'all in trade and travel, if you're struggling with charting, it's normal. And then one day it will click. You'll be like, oh, I see you start to see the zones, you start to see the share format, you start to see everything. And so I learned to, trade equities. But the thing with equities is you need capital. So I started with $1,000 and I was like, I can't buy but 2 shares. And so then I kept increasing my balance because I was like, it's hard. I was making about $50 or $100. I said, I want big money. So I finally dived into options, and I was like, oh, this is where the money resides. And then what really clicked was I went to one of the coaching calls with Terry, and she talked about the verticals where you can get paid Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the SPX. And Ken was holding some sessions. Chris talked about it. And then one day I was like, I'm going to trade vertical. So that's when y'all will learn that one of these strategies will stick with you. So you might be a gapologist. You might be a short, somebody who loves to short, a bear. You might end up being verticals. You might end up loving debit spreads or credit. We don't learn debit spreads, but some people have ventured out. You might be a credit spread specialist. So I like it because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 2 to 3, I know that's when I trade, especially if you have a busy life. So anyway, I got really good with credit spreads. And now I was like, well, I make money, so I might as well buy a condo in Mexico. And one of the things that have come from this, besides the ability to earn and creating a skill, is you make friends. Like I have friends from the IWT community, people that I would have never met. And so Tonda, she might be on here. I met her through the IWT community. She lives in Mexico. So I was like, I might as well buy a condo in Mexico. So what I do is I use every month, I'm on a monthly payment. Every month I earn 5,000 is my goal for my verticals. So I do verticals Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I make my payment. And so I'll be done paying it off in March. So it gives me a goal every month. And and the thing is, everybody has this big money goal, but really just earning $300 to $500 3 times a week. And then of course, and I also do futures. That's something separate. I make money in futures too, but verticals is like my base hits, my easy base hit 3 times a week. So with that, I'm like, you develop, it's like my little second job that it's only an hour. It's 3 hours a week. And I'm able to make 1,500 to 3,000 each week. So that's the thing I really love. And I always like, man, if you upgrade, I just do the one strategy. You know, with that upgrade, that one strategy pays itself back. But something that I think Eddie said is you have to give yourself time. Somebody like, I paid this $5,000, I gotta make it back tomorrow. That mindset is gonna have you losing all your money because you're gonna end up skipping all the things you need. And one of the things you need with trading is time, which there's nothing that can speed that up. There's things you don't understand. You don't understand momentum yet. You don't know what the indexes are. There's a lot of things that have to come together for you to start having your consistent wins. So, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm like, yes, definitely get the program. And the people who are diligent, because I deal with students on the back end. So last year I did more of the student managing. So I know all the issues. And then I'm also, I think you mentioned this, Terry, we have multiple Telegram groups. So you will get support. Trade and Travel doesn't have as much support. Upgrade and you'll get the support that you need. So we have a group for gaps and there's people who have mastered that. We have a group for options 101. There's people who do a Monday call on options and answer questions. We have Ken just started back doing verticals 101 questions. I think Eddie, sometimes you do some extra classes too. We have so many groups. We have so many groups that will help you. There's even an IWT after Terry made $1 million.
Amazon.
They started an IWT Amazon group. Let me tell you, people will spin off a group quick, and that group is doing well. I believe Jamie tallies up the profits every week. So I don't know. It's just what you buying your $5,000 or $2,500 is buying you some friends that make money and they can help you make money. And I don't know, Terry, you'd have to speak on this and give us a clue. There will be a live. Somebody asked about that. There will be a live coming up, and for those of y'all who it'll be just for VIP maybe. But there will be a live training where Terry will teach live. When I took Terry's class live, like all these things started coming together. So that will be a benefit for your upgrade. You'll be able to come see Terry live next year.
Yeah, I definitely will say that for those that are thinking about like, should I do it now or wait until January? Like if you could do the discount now, do it now so that you're in VIP when we announce the conference, because then those VIP students will be able to come to the conference and you'll get the discount now. So yeah, for sure. Do y'all also want to talk about meetup groups? Because not only are the like virtual Telegram, but I'm hearing students are meeting up all over the world.
Yeah, so there is a resource guide. We don't want to post it because I know there's people who aren't in Trade and Travel, but if you are in Trade and Travel, go to your Facebook group and type in resource guide and you'll be able to find it. There are local meetup groups. So no matter where you are, there's the UK, I think Angela and her husband might be in that one, or maybe they started that one, but they have UK, they got Canada, we have the major cities, and when you're in the group, y'all get to decide. So there's a mix of seasoned IWT students, brand new. So you got everything. So y'all can form small study groups. There is some strong ones. I think like Atlanta is strong. Chicago is strong, where they're on Zoom. I think some of them do like twice a week. I think that one of the California groups is really strong. Texas strong. I guess maybe there's some other ones too, where there's Zoom meetings, there's social meetings. Like I said, you're buying into a community, and it's very positive. I'm in some like other communities, and I'm like, chaotic. It's crazy. This like, but yeah. So if you are in the trade and travel and you haven't joined your local group, join a local group, and you can find your accountability partner there. You can get help because we're getting up to 10,000. Are we at 10,000 now?
We're over 10,000 students now.
We're over 10,000, so it's hard to give you one-on-one. Those of y'all who were in here like 2 years ago, you're like, yeah, I got the best of Terry. Now, so there's a lot of y'all. So if you do get more micro, in the Telegram groups, you'll be able to get help. I have not met someone who was outright going to say, no, I'm not going to help you. Like I haven't come across anyone who was not willing to help. So just make sure you get plugged in. I always tell people, this is not something you can do by yourself. You can't just learn it and go to the computer. No, you need help. So take advantage. If you're going to, put up the money, make sure you plug into every call. There's people who are still on my calls who are in VIP just to keep the conversation going. And Eddie, I don't know if you've talked about your study group, your East Coast study group or not.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let me talk about a little bit about that. The East Coast study group is one that we started. Actually, we just celebrated 1 year last Monday or last Wednesday, I believe. On Wednesday, that's 1 year anniversary. That's when we had our birthday party. Almost 1,700 students in there. It's the largest study group in North America. That's what I like to say. So we meet twice a week. There is a Wednesday night meeting at 8 o'clock for trade and travel. And there's also a Monday night meeting at 8 o'clock for VIP students. The support there is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. People come to those study groups religiously. It's like, you can't make a date on a Wednesday night or Monday night. I've got study group. And that's because we've got people growing financially there. You pick up gems that you don't find anywhere else. You listen to experiences. You listen to techniques that because the curriculum is good, it's great, but you can't cover 100%. So there's things that you're going to pick up that are extra based on your own and other people's experiences, and that's how you grow. That community is phenomenal. So that is another advantage when you join the VIP. You get to be part of the groups of people who have already advanced, who have gone through, and you don't have to live through your own mistakes. You can live through other people's experiences, and that's the better way to do it. So yeah, the East Coast study group is led by, I think, about 5 or 6 admins. Very, very active. A face group support page. Almost 200 documents have been made available, templates, spreadsheets, just to help people out. We've got people contributing weekly synopses and reviews and analysis. You would think it's a whole hedge fund out there. But that's exactly what it is. It is student-led. Join to see it.
I love it. Okay, so for legal purposes, we do not have a hedge fund. However, something that could be comparable to a hedge fund.
Exactly.
Trade and travel. And then another thing to put out there for those watching on YouTube and in the Zoom, make sure though that you are in the course, because you're gonna cover the information that's in your part. So if you're a trade and travel student, you're not coming to the meetups to try to learn VIP. No, you need to be a VIP student to learn VIP curriculum. And everybody knows, like they have put the investment in to pay the full amount for what they have learned. So like I said, it might be a good adventure to just come in straight at the VIP so you get access to everything. All the Telegram groups, all the meetups, all the everything, because you're already VIP. That's good. So we have a ton of questions that are coming in, and I want to make sure that we actually get to answer them. And then Kelsey, I saw your hand raised as well. Did you want to add a comment? And then Daisy said, I deactivated my Facebook. Quick hack. Put somebody else's picture up, put some other name, and go on and have you a Facebook group, a Facebook page just for this. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to, I was watching the chat and I see how people were like, I just joined, I'm in VIP now. And I know you hear all of these testimonies tonight and it's extremely exciting, but I want to say this, give yourself grace and be patient, because when Eddie started talking, I had a flashback that was triggered. And I remember when I first started VIP, it was my first week, and I called into the study group and I just sat there listening and I just went, like, it sounded like Cantonese. I did not understand a thing. It was just like crazy how otherworldly it sounded. However, one of the best feelings in the world is when that happens and then you continue to put the time in and you go back and listen to a call and it makes sense. That is like one of the best feelings, because that's how you're able to mark progress. So it's going to happen. I'm telling you now, everybody's excited and you're joining VIP and you're like, tomorrow it's on and popping. And yeah, and then you're going to be like, what's happening? And it's okay. It is totally okay. And I told Nina, I've told Chris, and it warmed my heart when Nina looked at me and said, Kelsey, it took 3 months for me to get options. It's hard. I said, it is, right? I'm not just dumb, so it's a challenge, but they're not lying when they say that if you keep going, because Terry said it to me, Chris said it to me, Nina said, you see him hard-headed. All three said it to me, right? So, but they all say, just keep going. And eventually it clicks. And so I'm here to tell you, it does click eventually. You'll keep needing to learn stuff, but it's going to click. And I just love all of my trading cousins. I mean, like Stephen, he doesn't know me, but I know him because I'm in the study group every single Sunday. Stephen has spreadsheets that look like NASA built them. Yes, he does. But we all support. There's tons of support. You will, like Nina was right. You have tons of support. We all help each other. Jamie did that resource guide. Everything under the heaven is on there. We have the study groups on Sundays. I mean, and you're going to be okay. So I just want to say that because you're all excited right now. Just get in. Don't let fear, put faith to your feet to your faith, and just get in and you're going to be okay. And when you get confused, just remember my face. You're going to be okay.
I love it. This is the best call ever. I wrote down all these notes, like anybody in the chat put in, this is where the money resides. That was from Nina. And then when you're feeling frustrated, it's Cantonese, but just have grace. Remember Kelsey's face when you get confused. And Stephen has spreadsheets from NASA. Just that's what we got from the call today. I absolutely love it. Okay, guys, so this is how I think we should do the questions, because I don't want us to leave here without answering as many as we can, but I also know that we've been on here a minute, so I want to make sure we're respectful of everybody's time. So my panelists, do you guys have time to be on here for a little while longer? Will y'all show me a hands up or nod or something? Okay, cool. And then Kelsey, I'm gonna lower your hand and I'm gonna move us to gallery view so everybody is being seen. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do like a game show, okay, guys? So I'm gonna go to YouTube, and then Nina, will you go to the chat here? And we're gonna Spitfire questions. And the person on the panel who wants to answer the question, you guys gotta raise your hand real fast. And then the first person to raise your hand will get to answer the question. Everybody with me? You guys got it? Okay, wait, Eddie already has his hand up.
Testing.
Okay. All right, so we're lowering hands. I love the testing. Okay, here we go. So I will go first. I'm going over to YouTube. My mom has been snapping at me, by the way, because we are still looking to hire customer service people out there in the world. So if someone is interested, email us at hello@itradeandtravel.com. However, or if you have any questions about the Black Friday special or anything, just email our team at hello@itradeandtravel.com. All one word, hello@itradeandtravel.com. We can answer any of your questions. The promo code for today, I'm using my announcer voice. Do you like it? The promo code for Black Friday, it goes through Cyber Monday. So starts tonight, goes all the way through Monday, but I would say like, just get in now so that you're ready to go for when we start doing some stuff next week. The promo code is FRIYAY, not Friday, FRIYAY, FRIYAY 2021. So Friday 2021. And it gives you $250 off of trade and travel and the upgrade. And it gives you $500 off of VIP. Alrighty, here we go. We're ready to Spitfire questions. You guys ready? And then Chris, I might need you to be the moderator of who raises their hand first, because I can't see both screens at the same time.
Gotcha.
All right, and people on YouTube, y'all start putting your questions in here so that we can see them if they haven't already been in here. And some of these you guys might get tested because some of these you may not know. Okay, and I'll answer yours real quick. Will this live be left up? Yes, we will put this live in YouTube. We'll keep it up. Prayerfully, I know how to keep it up. But yes, that is the goal. All right, Nina, do you actually have one up first? Because on YouTube, I'm having to scroll quite a bit to get to the first question.
Yes. Are there any put credit spread specialists?
Who has their hand raised first?
All right, Chris.
I tried to do it virtually and in person here. I actually love trading credit spreads because, quite honestly, when I first started, that's all I could trade as far as options because the VIX was so high. I couldn't really afford to buy much of anything. So I'm actually waiting for the Uncle VIX to come back to the picnic. So, we can use that strategy really relatively well. So, yeah.
Nice.
Chris is the specialist.
My question is more of a customer service question, but are there payment plans for trade and travel? Okay, I'll answer that myself. Yes, there are. There are payment plans for trade and travel. Right now, there are 3 payments that you can pay for trade and travel. The first 4 classes, they start at $900 each. And then for upgrading, you can pay that in payments too with two payments. But I will say the code is usually for the pay in full option. So if you want to use that promo code and discount, do the pay in full. It might work on payment, so always try, but the code is really for pay in full. All right.
All right. Do we get access to the Telegram groups and VIP? Eddie.
Absolutely, yes. There is a whole resource guide that is put together, updated on a very frequent basis that you will get access to, and not only just on Facebook, but also groups in your neighborhood. We have Telegram groups, I believe, for about 30 to 40 locations worldwide. All the way from Africa, Asia, and all parts of the United States and, of course, Europe.
Nice.
Thank you.
I have some good ones. I have 2, so I can actually even go back to back on mine. Samantha F says, how many of you have been in another trading group before Terry? Like another trading class? All right. Okay, good. So let's do, I think the first one was Chris, but let's do Kelsey and Kristen. So Kelsey, you want to go first and then Kristen?
Yes, I was in another class before Terry's and I didn't finish it because the lectures were way too long. So I've told Terry that's one of the things I appreciate about her curriculum is that each lecture is bite-sized. I may have attention deficit disorder, I'm not sure, but just a 2-hour lecture every time, it just didn't work for me. And so I never even finished the curriculum. But when I joined Terry's and I could see, 30 minutes, even if I watched it 3 times, it just seemed better that it was 30 minutes. But the answer is yes.
Nice. And Kristen?
Okay, so I want you guys to get ready for this. So I was a part of the Come Up Cousins with Mark Monroe and Joe Land GC. So I kind of started there and I really enjoyed the group, just with basic information about investing, but it didn't really fit my style. I was looking for active income. So that's why I was like, okay, I get it. You know, it's long-term. It's teaching us about options and how to trade leaps. But my main focus was on short-term income. So once I joined IWT, I was like, this is where I belong. So I'm sticking here, and I've been here ever since. So, but shout out to the Come Up Cousins. I love all you guys.
Yes. Shout out to Mark and Jolene. I love them. And that goes back to the thing where I say, you don't have to be in just one program or one course. I think it's important to try to master one style first. Like, you know, if you're in trade and travel, learn all of trade and travel, learn our whole trade and travel plan. But then once you start seeing consistency, then you can add on. Then maybe you do want to learn leaps from the Come Up Cousins or learn futures from a different teacher. But it's okay to learn multiple things. But like you said, it really depends on your goals, Kristen. Like if you're an active investor and want to make income right now, then maybe you come over to Terry. If you want to do like longer term leaps and be ready to retire early, then maybe you do leaps for the different group. So I shout out to the Come Up Cousins. I think we all are doing great work, but I appreciate that. Like it really depends on your goals. Mm-hmm. And then Chris, you had said you were in one too. Did you want to mention yours? He's like, I don't know.
We can go on. We can go on.
Okay. All right. Now, okay, go ahead, Nina.
How much capital is needed on average for 1K in a day? All right, Liz.
You gotta unmute yourself, Ms. Liz.
We can't hear you, Liz.
I was just talking. You know, it varies, because if you listen to Chris, he started out with $500. I came in with $2,000. So it's going to be what your comfort level is and what you're willing to do to get to the trade. I don't take 3 and 4 trades a day. I concentrate on how many shares I can get for that amount of money to make it to where I want to go. So that's kind of open-ended question. It depends on how much you're willing to put into the program to get the return back to you. So I would say you could start out with 5. You could do it with 500. You know, would you say that, Chris?
Well, if we're looking at making $1,000 in a particular trade, it is a convoluted question because it's going to depend on how a price moves, your risk tolerance, what you actually put into a trade. With options, you do enhance your opportunity to make that $1,000 in a day, but you also do enhance your risk, because with options, you'll learn that premium that you pay is going to be, you know, your entire risk. So that's why you need to join the course to learn how we make $1,000 a day, right?
Did someone else want to comment? I have another question for you all. Awake Maven says, can you talk about doing this with a busy 8 to 5 and not a lot of time during business hours? Anybody want to speak to that?
Kelsey. Stephen and Kelsey.
Yes, go ahead.
I would I come home, and when I got home from the office, I would revisit all of my charts and then set them up. I would wake up, and before really getting my day started, opening bell, I would really just start setting up my trades and just set it and forget it, because I was too busy to just keep looking at the market all day long. And I set alerts, that's important, and I may check in, but for the most part, you know, I would review my charts at night, and then in the morning, set up my trades.
And Kelsey, do you want to tell them what you do? Sometimes it's like good for people to know, like, oh, she's a business owner like me, or.
Yeah, I own a wellness center, and I own a few tea and smoothie shops. And so, but I'm on site at my wellness center, and I just have a hectic schedule. So that's why I understand, you know, but we can't allow our schedules to be the reason we leave money on the table. So we make a sacrifice.
I love it. And then Stephen, you want to go? And then Ms. Liz had her hand up too.
Sure. I'm a network engineer for a giant Fortune 500 company. Some of you guys may know of it because it came up a couple of times in stock codes, Eaton Corporation. So it's just to give you a bandwidth of what it is. The company Eaton, it's a roughly, we have 8,000 plus locations globally. And I'm one of four engineers that manages that entire network globally. So needless to say, my day is kind of crazy when I'm managing a network, that kind of thing. But the beauty of it is, especially this can help some people who work from home, is I have a dual monitor set up. I have my Eaton monitor set up on the right, and I have trade station set up on the left. And I'm a neurotic guy, so I kind of like, keep it up on the side, but I set my alerts, like what Kelsey said, and that's critical. I have alerts in all different kind of platforms, dinging and pinging on the phones, and to keep me abreast of what's going on, because Chris keep telling me, you got to have alerts looking at buy zones. So like, okay, Chris, let me have a buy zone set up, but that's how I kind of manage what's going on a regular basis. And being, like I say, on a team of dealing with acquisitions and networks and that kind of thing with my company, I'm tied up on meetings and Zoom calls all day long. So for the most part, I just have the alerts going. And then when I take a break between meetings, I may take a peek on the cell phone and I hear Terry's voice in my head, keep your cell phone next to you. When something happens, you can pop it up and make an adjustment. And then I hear Chris's voice in my head telling my wife, look what I just made on Tesla, But Kelsey said it best. You can't allow life to get in the way of your goals, because the job is going to be there. Of course, we have responsibilities, but we invested in this. And one book I've read, some self-help book, talk about you have to invest in yourself. So for me, it's like, you got to make sure you maintain that particular, spin that plate and that kind of thing, especially in the corporate American environment.
That's good. Miss Liz, did you talk to that one?
No, I did have something I wanted to add to that. It goes back to making a plan. You have to plan to be successful. So if you can look at it this way, if you have ever been in night school, you went to work and you knew you had to spend 3 more hours after work to be in a night class. It's the same way. Find out where you can carve out the time. You're going to have to cut some things loose. No, you can't sit and watch Chicago PD binge watch. You're going to have to stop, turn that TV off, and you're going to have to apply yourself to the information. So it's all about making your plan. Sit down, make a plan. I could spend 2 hours a day doing this. If it's nothing but 2, commit to the 2. So you have to have the plan is the bottom line.
Miss Liz, is that your show? You like Chicago PD?
I like cop shows. Yes, I do. Blue Bloods and Chicago PD, even though Voight is very disturbed.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Nina, did you have another one? I have another one over here.
I did. So do you need to sign up for Trade and Travel first before signing up for VIP? Anybody? All right, Chris?
There's 2 ways to go about it. You can purchase VIP. That way you have access to Trade and Travel and VIP, or you can go about purchasing Trade and Travel, mastering Trade and Travel content, and then look to upgrade to VIP. Either way, it's really important to, I believe Kelsey stated this, go through the Trade and Travel content first and master the foundation. Right. Once that's where you're going to see the success, right? You're going to get to a point where the execution is more so what fires you up so much about your positions, right? But you can't execute unless you have the foundation, as far as number 1, creating a plan, 2, having risk management, and 3, being able to chart on the zones. So if you just skip and jump over that and go straight to options, you're going to be lost, frustrated, dazed, and confused. So most importantly, the first thing you need to do is just go ahead and start, and then you can upgrade later. Or if you're anything like me, myself, I bought it all. I was like, I believe in this, I'm going all in. I have this opportunity to learn, so why not take advantage of it?
Thank you, Chris. There's one thing I do want to say that's coming up here is that the discount for upgrading doesn't happen often. I think it's once a year. So if you can buy it now and then put it to the side until January or February, but you cannot ask us for a code in January and say, are y'all doing a beginning of the year? No, we're not. So I think there is a code if you buy the full VIP. That one, there's one that happens more often, but to upgrade does not happen often. I think it's once, maybe if Terry's feeling happy on her birthday, she might drop a code. But so go ahead and move forward if you want to. And some of y'all are like, I'm a beginner. What? And there's another confusion. VIP includes all of trade and travel. So yeah, we focused on what's in VIP, but when you buy VIP, you're buying both programs at the same time. So you'll go through the trade and travel for 4 weeks, and then you move on to VIP. So that's just to get some clarification. You can buy VIP, but it includes the beginner course and the advanced course, just so to clear some of that stuff up. Okay, all right.
Comment too on that last question. And is it Stephen or Steven? I'm so sorry. I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
It's Steven.
Okay, good. I was right. Yes. I always mess up everybody's names.
I hear it all the time.
Go ahead, Steven.
Oh, yeah. I would just reiterate, I started with just the IWT method and I regretted that. I wish I would have went straight full bore with the VIP package initially, even though I still sat in the IWT portion of it, for the beginning month or two. So like I said, I'm brand new to VIP a couple of weeks. So I think that for myself, and like Nema said it best, I was looking for that discount code for the upgrade. But for my situation, my financial situation, I have 2 kids in college, as we talked about earlier. So I was, I'm writing tuition checks. So for, I didn't have the money, but I knew that the power is in this program. So we pulled everything together to make it happen. And to do it again, I would have figured it out and made it happen and right up front, so I can continue to get the learning all the way through. But IWT, the beginning portion, was the critical part, because once I understood charting and got decent at charting, on those Sundays, Jamie's calls, I was just volunteering over and over again. I wanted to get my stuff critiqued. And where else can you be in an environment where you can learn this thing and get? I'm telling them, guys, let at me. Don't be soft on me. Get it hard. And once I figured out the charting piece, but then we got into the VIP section, everything was like aha moments, light bulbs started going off, bells and whistles, and then got into the part where Terry talked about in the curriculum how to tie options into what we've learned in charting back in the early days. I was like, oh my God, this is fire. So yeah, guys, get in there.
I think at this point, like I'm looking through questions, I think at this point we might want to start doing wrap-up comments from each person. So someone asked, but just to kind of spitfire through some of these questions I'm seeing in YouTube, there is taxes on the course. That is mandated by Teachable. The program is through Teachable. The website is investwithterry.com. That's the website to our course on Teachable. They actually facilitate the taxes by where you live. So I can't tell you the exact amount it's going to cost at your place, but there will be, the course is $5,000 plus the tax. But the cool thing is the discount usually takes away whatever you would have paid in taxes. And then another question, a couple people are asking for me to share my broker statements, and guys, it's just not safe for me. Yes, I can tell you I've made over 7 figures this year. My goal is actually to make 8 figures this year trading. No, I will not show it to a stranger. That doesn't even make any sense. So no, I will not show them to you here. I do actually though show screenshots in Facebook. So when I had like some of my big days, even the $1 million day, I did send it to our students. So they have seen those days. There is a couple people asking when the discount ends. Again, this is our Black Friday discount. So it will go this week and it'll end on Cyber Monday. I'm just looking through some of these that are quick ones. Do you have access to the curriculum for a long time? Yes. Once you buy the course, you have access to the curriculum for a lifetime. We may at some point cut off the amount of time people can be in the coaching calls, just so that we manage our numbers. But for now, we don't have a deadline. Someone asked, is there a discount code for upgrading? Yes, the promo code it's FRIYAY, FRIYAY 2021. It's good for trade and travel, upgrading from trade and travel to VIP, and for VIP. All right. And then Gail says, is the program available at any time or a set time? It's self-pay. So the curriculum is recorded, but then we do have set times for those coaching calls. All right, and then I'll turn it back over to you. I just wanted to answer some of these questions that were coming through.
Okay. Please understand. Okay, so I'll just clear some things up. There's an upgrade link in the curriculum, and the discount code, I think it's been posted 11 times. It is Friday 2021. Do not purchase the course without using the discount code, because then you're going to email and want $250 back. And also clarification, it is a 10% off. Y'all are asking about it being $500. Okay, so I'll clear that up. If you are not in the course at all, like you're brand new, you've been saving up and you're like, I'm ready to join, you will get 10% off the VIP if you purchase VIP, 10%, $500. If you're like, I just want to start with trade and travel, you'll get 10%, $250. If you're already in trade and travel and you upgrade, which is $2,500, you'll get 10% off, $250. Some of y'all like, I want $500. That's awesome. You're going to get $250 off. All right. So just so you know, that's what the discount code is for. Now, when you go to the upgrade link, you'll put the Friday 2021 in and make sure you're paying $2,250. Don't pay the $2,500 unless you just want to. But yeah, so that's just to kind of clear everything up with I want $500. Well, you already purchased the first part, but your friend that you brought on, they can get $500 off if they do VIP. All right, so I think for now, we're a little bit over time, but that's okay. I didn't know if anybody had any final. Oh, somebody wants to ask about my condo. Okay, I'll just tell y'all really quick. Okay, so the condos in Puerto Morelos, they're still building it. It's 15 minutes from Cancun. So it's in a gated community. It's like a little resort community, and it's 2 miles from the beach. It's called Selva Escondido, which means hidden jungle, because it is like a jungle. And I just, like I said, I make my goal every month, and I pay for it. And if you have any other questions, you're in the course. See, this is another reason to join the course. You can join the course, and then you can email me once you join the course. Okay, so you don't have to speak Spanish, they speak English. All right, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. I'm happy. I'm always happy on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8, and today I am happy. I just love talking to y'all. Some of y'all are part of the Nana Nation. Y'all just follow me every Wednesday. And I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their Sunday to join us. Terry, I know you're busy, but thank you for coming on and joining us, and all you VIP and VIP coaches, Eddie and Chris, and then all of y'all out there who've been, waiting to hear more. Thank y'all for joining us too. Is there any other final remarks that anybody wants to make that's on the panel? Any words of wisdom for the people who just upgraded?
None of my words of wisdom is take your time. It's not a race. You have plenty of time to absorb all this great information. And then the best of all, see you at the top.
Cool. Anybody else?
Kristen, and then I saw Kelsey.
Okay. I'll just say, come on over, guys. Come on over and join VIP so you can have more additional tools in your toolbox. If you're feeling stuck, like you don't have many opportunities in the regular trade and travel, when you get to VIP, you'll be able to learn more strategies, making money on the way up and also on the way down. So go ahead and bridge on over. We'll love to see you, to help you. There's a number of resources in VIP. So if you're stuck, trust me, come to VIP and you'll get the help you need. And I'll see you on the other side.
Good, thank you. And Kelsey, and then Stephen.
I want to echo Miss Liz, take your time. True story, because I've heard at some point that Terry is able to breeze through her charting on Sunday. She can watch a movie and chart. She can watch television and chart. I tried it last week, didn't work. I'm not ready for that. So I tried to watch something that didn't work out. So I had to move my laptop back to a silent so that I can concentrate. That's just where I am. That's okay. Baby steps. So take your time. Sundays, it helped for me to, I don't feel like you get enough practice charting. I don't know, I may stay on the Sunday call forever, who knows? Because I really like being on there, even if I've never even actively taken the lead on charting, but it's good practice because I'll chart and then compare what I get to what they get. And so it's just awesome. So I love Jamie for putting that together. I love Lachey for how she just explains everything so phenomenally as the wonderful attorney that she is. I love Chris. He is so patient. Chris is so patient. I mean, sometimes when I think about some of the questions I had and he just didn't make me feel dumb for asking, I appreciate that. I think my key word for trade and travel, invest with Terry is just grace, because everyone is so kind, so patient. The culture itself is supportive. There's so much love in the Facebook groups. You ask a question, somebody's going to be right there to ask and give input. So just don't be afraid thinking that you're just going to jump into something and then be hung out to dry and be out there just lost, dazed, and confused, because that's not the case. There is just a tremendous amount of support. So there really is no reason to feed into any fear, about joining. So I just want to encourage everyone, grace and patience. Remember my face, you'll be okay.
Stephen, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Everyone said it best. Patience. Take the time to understand and learn. My thing was, I think having a goal, having a reason is critical, because that's what's going to get you to take the time to do the charting. If you have a reason ahead of that carrot in front of you. My thing was for joining VIP was, I think we were watching some YouTube channel where Terry was on. I have her on alert. Anything pops up with her name, boom, I'm in. So when it popped up, it was when that Chinese company tanked the market. You recall that? And she said that there's opportunities here that if you're in VIP, you can get, and understand. So I'm like, oh crap, what the heck? So for me, it was having that understanding of being able to have that vision to see what's going on in the market and triangulating all of those, make those strategic moves and understanding how that can work towards your advantage. But I think being patient to understand that, and she couldn't share that with us on the other level because we didn't understand how to receive that, because we didn't learn that part yet. So once I learned it and I went back and replayed what she mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So understanding that, dive into the curriculum, take advantage of all the tools that's available to you, have the patience to understand. You learn at your own pace, which is brilliant. My wife's a teacher and she's looking at the curriculum like, this is amazing. Taking the time to go back through it over and over again where it sinks in, and you have that at your fingertips, and having that access is power in that, and learning that, have your goal, have your carrot, and run towards it. That's the best thing I have to say. Thank you.
That's good. And Eddie, I see you typing an answer to this question, but would you mind speaking to it? I see your hand raised as well. What are some of the mistakes you made that cost you money?
One of the mistakes I think was not following my trading plan. in fact, in the first place, not having a plan. But once I did find a plan, I have found that the times that I have deviated from that are the times that I was not as successful. So you need to follow that plan and trade your plan, not somebody else's plan. I have found that I have got more confidence in a strategy that I devised, something that I understood, something that I crafted, as opposed to something that somebody just said on Facebook or Instagram or Discord somewhere that here's a trade, go ahead and take it. You can take it. It might turn out well, but if it doesn't turn out well, most of the time you have to go to that person to fix it for you. So follow your plan, follow your strategy, understand it well.
Does anybody else want to answer to that one? Something that you did that cost you money. I know we were doing wrap ups, but I thought that was a good question. Go ahead, Kelsey.
I learned this term from Terry because I didn't know this existed before. And what it is that I did that cost me money was over trading. Doing too much.
Yep, same here.
Doing too much.
Mine was over trading, and I'm a big journaler for journaling. I journal a lot when I trade. And so once I started to find that characteristic flaw in my trading, that resulted in one of my bigger losses, I said I vowed never again to have more than 3 positions in my portfolio, which is what I learned in the first place, but I wasn't doing, right? So now, like, that's why I'm one of the reasons why I'm able to just be so patient now and simply just wait. The power of patience and waiting is really strong.
Miss Liz, I saw your hand raised, and then Kristen.
I would say stick to your plan. You know, last week, and I know some of you probably saw it, I got very comfortable with UPST. It was very good to me for a couple of weeks. I was in and out. Every time I was in, got out, I was making the profit. And I decided I would just go ahead and jump in when I thought it was going to hit my buy zone. Well, it hit the buy zone and kept on going. So now I'm in a long, and this thing is tanking. My thing is this. Listen for the teacher's voice. She says, just get out. I did not get out. So $314 later, I decided to get out. But I should have never got in. But I got myself familiar with that stock. And I just thought, oh, this is what it's going to do. You don't know that. So stick to your plan and listen for the teacher's voice. Just get out.
That's good. That's good. And Kristen?
Okay, I would say, of course, sticking to your trading plan. And also, if you know you're going to be busy during the day and you see all these trades going on, it's okay not to trade. If you're not in the right headspace, if you're kind of stressed, you just have a lot going on, just don't trade for the day. Or if you do want to trade, do it in your sim. The market isn't going anywhere, guys. So, you know, don't feel like that you're missing out, that you just have to jump in trades and make, you know, $50, $100. The market isn't going anywhere. So if you guys can just practice discipline, risk management, you know, just sticking to your plan, you'll be fine. If not, if you don't follow the IWT plan, you will lose. And that's just straight up, because Terry has a laid out plan and you have to follow it to a T in order to be successful. If you're mixing strategies, oh, I'm going to do a little bit of IWT, I'm going to do a little bit of this group, you're setting yourself up for failure. So if you're going to be all in, just be all in with IWT.
That's good. And then anything else? I still see a couple hands raised on that one. Chris, go ahead. I know you wanted to say something for your last remarks.
Yeah, I'll just keep it nice and short. I just want to end by letting the folks know that it's okay to bet on yourself. One of the cool aspects of going on this investment journey is that you don't have to answer to anyone but yourself. You create your trading plan, you create the set of rules, and you can hold yourself accountable. So that's one of the cool things. And then the last tidbit is write the vision and make it plain, right? Have goals, achieve those goals, but most importantly, write them down, because there's power in writing these goals down. And once you start seeing yourself achieving these goals, because you're writing them down, you're going to be having more intentional trading. I call it purposeful trading. But most importantly, write the vision down and make it plain.
That's excellent. And I think I'll wrap up to just the whole thing. Or Nina, did you want to cover something else before we wrap?
I think that's the main thing. I will say, well, I wanted to add to one of what made me lose recently. It was one is being over leveraged, where you get kind of big headed, like, I've been winning with this much, let me double it, triple it, quadruple it, because I want to win more. So there is something that goes off in your what is it called, nervous system, when you've been trading with $5,000 and then you double it because you want to make more or quadruple it. So you get nervous, like, especially if the market's kind of pulling back or doing something. And like, I would jump out with a loss, but I would still be right, because I had too much money in. I put too much in. So that's something that I kept doing. I did that a few times. I'm like, are you stupid or are you dumb? So, so I went back down. And so now I trade the same amount every time, where it's a comfortable amount and I don't have to get scared. So fear is something that also attributed to losses. And I think for now, for those of y'all who if you go back through the chats, you'll get an answer to most of your questions. At this point, you just need to join the course or go ahead and upgrade, and a lot of your questions can get answered. We have the groups, we have the support. This is an investment. So even if you don't make a dime, but you should make a dime, but even if you didn't, you are learning a new skill. You know, some people go to college and don't even work in the field that they got their degree in, right? So like, I'm one of them. But so you can still take the course and just know you're going to come out with a community, and you're going to come out with a skill set that nobody can take from you, and you can also pass it down. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I don't think we've pretty much, there's no stone that we have left unturned. And then once again, I think you might have given out the hello. Did you give out the hello email? Okay, so if you did have more questions, you can email hello@iTradeandTravel, and somebody will get back with you. But I think we are good. And the Friday 2021, join us. And we will start VIP, the shorting will start. So those of y'all who upgrade, you will be with Chris December, what is it, the first Tuesday?
Yeah, December 1st, but I think it's December 1st a Wednesday?
December 7th.
Okay.
December 7th. So all you people who upgraded, you will start with Chris, restart the curriculum with Chris on the 7th.
Yeah. And there's a chance that I'll be doing something special that first week of December. So go ahead, get in, and I'll see you all for December.
All right.
Thank you all so much for being on the panel tonight. Y'all were excellent. Like, thank you so much. I enjoyed this. I always feel so full, like, hearing your story. So just thank you for being willing to share. Thank you for being just yourselves too, transparent, open with everybody that's on the call. Like, you all were absolutely amazing. I told you I wrote down all the gems. So if anybody else in here had a good time, please put it in the chat, like, subscribe on YouTube. Just like, let us know that we're doing a good job, and we can't wait to see you inside the course. So see y'all later. investwithterry.com, promo code Friday 2021. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.